Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Antonimo Bay. Our special guest action figures today are Jane Foster Thor and Thor himself, the Odin son. Both Marvel Legends. This is actually a great figure. It doesn't get as much credit as I think it deserves. It's a very well done figure. Today we're going to be looking at a large collection of the Mighty Thor. These were purchased from the Widow. This is another part of the Widow's collection that I've mentioned. A collector who passed away, and his wife carried the books around for 15 years before finally just relinquishing them and letting them go. And that was a big deal. It was very special for me to be a part of that, of her letting go of such a big part of her husband's life. But it left me with a giant collection of Thor comic books, and I admit I am not a huge expert on Thor. I know about him, I know his power set, a lot of the family, all that stuff, but I've never read many of the issues, if any. Gosh, I don't know if I've ever read any Thor. Oh, it's that dude from the movie with the two machine guns. I thought that was hilarious in the film. Been a fan of Beta Ray Bill, because he appeared in Power Pack. But as far as Thor, I know his interaction with the Avengers. Just never really got to... I never read Thor by himself. Just wasn't a comic that jumped out at me. I was much more into teen books when I was younger. Stuff like X-Men and Generation X and all of the X titles. Stuff like X Factor, X-Force, New Warriors. Actually, I loved the New Warriors. I was big into Alpha Flight, but never really got into Thor himself. He's looking rather like Aquaman on that cover, I would say. So I was very pleased to get this many issues of Thor. There's Thor for his Juggernaut. I love this cover. I love that. That is amazing. Very pleased to get this many issues of Thor. They're all new to me, and these are in no particular order, as you can tell. But fantastic cover art. Fantastic art on the inside. And if you have seen any of my videos, you know that my favorite art is the late 70s, early 80s comic stuff. The 60-cent, 50-cent cover, stuff right in there that I just think was, for me, the most beautiful part, or one of the most beautiful times of comic book art ever. Here you got Dracula on issue 333. That's half the mark of the beast there. We got issue 476. Some of these are newer. Some of them are much older. This is probably the worst looking Thor ever. Was like the 90s straps and patches Thor. With pouches on everything. But what are you going to do? It was the 90s. Beta Ray Bill, great character. Used to have some of his figures. I think I still do. I can't wait for the new Marvel Legends Thor or Beta Ray Bill figure to come out. It's definitely one that's on my want list. And there's a double size annual 13. Looks like I'm missing part of a cover on that one. Yeah, not all of these books from her collection were perfect, but they were priced to sell, and I was very pleased to get them, and she was very pleased to sell them to a collector who was going to enjoy them instead of just, be like a reseller and hawk all this stuff. All right, I'm running out of space here, so I'm going to grab these, toss them in the box, a little cough, start taking a look at some of these others. That's a pretty good cover, like that Thor annual cover. Issue 405, Annihilus. I haven't read that one, but I've seen that cover a lot. That's like a classic Thor cover. Anytime you, like I've said, anytime you put a dinosaur or a dragon or something on a cover, not even Beta Ray Bill can stop a warrior's madness. Oh, I'll bet you he can. That was one of my favorite Thor stories that I actually did read. Was the Ballad of Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is just a weird alien guy. Looks kind of like a horse. And he picked up Thor's hammer, or he got his own hammer, and he basically just beats Thor, and it's great because it's like, well, not just anybody can wield this, and it's like, oh yes they can, this guy can. And then Beta Ray Bill was subjected to like years of in Power Pack, which is where I know him mostly from. Here's him with the original, with my favorite Guardians of the Galaxies, where you get like Charlie 27 and Martinex and Silverhawk and Nikki. I loved that. Loved that line. I love this line. I'm loving these covers. Like I said, I really got to read these. I love her. I got, if you've seen my collection video, you know I got like 9 figures of Enchantress. She's one of my favorites. Pretty sure we saw that 361 come through already, so I may have a few doubles in here. I haven't really evaluated what all I've got. That's part of what this video is doing, is I'm kind of just running through and seeing what's here. Gotta love Doom. Hercules is in there. Ooh. 325. Oh, that's nice. You got Sif, Rainbow Bridge, all that stuff. That's a beautiful cover. I love that 336 cover. I'm not familiar with this guy, except that I know he just got his own Marvel Legends action figure, but that's a cool cover. There is my favorite Thor cover, is the Beta Ray Bill, the Ballad of Beta Ray Bill story. Good stuff. Always got to have a dragon. Oh yeah, got some dragon action going on. Got a big fancy chrome cover. That one's got a pretty good spine roll on it, but that's all right. I'm gonna, ooh, Fin Fan Foom. I'm not gonna complain too much if any of these are in bad shape. Like I said, you guys know the situation under which these were purchased, and the gal just letting go. I'm super thrilled in them. I'm glad this guy collected the way he did. He collected a lot of stuff that I tried to be much more interested into. I just didn't have the funds to do it back in the day. This guy being a lot older than me, he had the money available, and he bought all of the comics I would have bought back then, and basically saved them, and then I got them. So once again, very thrilled. I never did quite catch this guy's name, the guy that originally owned all these. That's a great cover. His wife was very nice. A local pawn shop put us in touch with her, as far as like, this lady's got comics, she wants to sell them, and you're the guy to buy them. So we got just a few more here. Oh, Hercules is always such a jerk in comics, and I love that. He's just so obnoxious. There he is being obnoxious. I remember when he dated She-Hulk for a time, he was super obnoxious then, and that's always great. He just always cracked me up. I remember him in Heroes for Hire too. He was always kind of an annoying drunk that just kind of rolled in every now and then when they needed a heavy hitter. Ian, got a nice stack of Thors. So pleased. That one's got a pretty good crease in it, but got issue 469, 485. Looks like the Thing's gonna be in that one. 310, 370. Got issue 465, 458. Cry of the Crusader. Got 406, 410. Looks like some more Doom action, plus She-Hulk. Always love it when She-Hulk's in a book. And I can see Hercules is in there too. That's great. There's one of those pretty fancy painted covers, and it said right there, you must buy this issue. So I did. Oh, Drax the Destroyer. This is the good Drax. I much prefer the big, stupid, caped, goofy Drax from the comic books than I do the movie one, but maybe that's just me. I just love his look and how goofy he is. And there is 408, and that is my last issue. That is my Thor collection. Just another installment from the Widow's collection, which I will continue to go through. All in all, I got about 3,000 comics from her. That was a lot of sorting and a lot of cleaning it up and a lot of replacing bad and wet bags and damage and just seeing what we got. But everything we've got seems to have turned out pretty good. I'm very happy with it. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and that's my story, and I'll catch you later. Bye.